Today on What's Up RCS, we're exploring more of the classes and programs that happen here at the Community Center. Think you have game? Well, check out the hoop-to-hoop action happening in the gym along with the rooms that hold all the dance moves. Plenty to see here. No doubt the Community Center has you well taken care of, especially if you take on some self-defense martial arts. Here's What's Up at RCS. Hey everyone, I'm your host, Jenny. On our last show, we touched on a martial arts here at the center that proved to be quite spirited and involved. This time around, we're taking a look at another class that has a bit of a different snap to its kick. This is Chinese Kung Fu with Ben Ortega.
Our focus is self-defense, and the philosophy is to protect ourselves and our families. It's not about sport, it's not about winning trophies, it's just about defending your life. So if that's going to be the philosophy, then I guess that would be it. Kung Fu, San Tzu, basically a self-defense style. So it's not a very traditional style or school in the sense of hello sensei or bow to your sensei. We try to run it more like a gym. Everybody goes on a first name basis. Nobody I really don't like being called master or anything like that or Sifu. It's just Ben. It's not, it's more like a gym atmosphere, but we do emphasize working hard, not wasting time. We do warm-ups. They usually involve calisthenics, a little running around, bag work, hitting gloves, hitting pads, and then we consist of working out with a partner, working on a certain technique, and then a little bit of sparring at the end of the night. It's a everything goes kind of art, so we work on striking, leverages, grappling, ground fighting, throwing. So it's everything that you need to understand and work on for self-defense. There's no limit to it. So if you're dealing with somebody that's aggressive with strikes, you learn how to deal with that. Somebody takes you to the ground, we learn how to deal with that, how to control on the ground, how to get out of the situation from the ground. So we have a uniform. It helps out for the training purposes. If you just wore t-shirts and shorts all the time, you tend to get ripped or ruined. It also helps a lot with the throws and the ground fighting and stuff like that. You also have a ranking system. The kids' ranking system is a lot different than the adults. The kids get motivated by belts, so they do have more belts and more testing. So adults is a little more simplified. They have there's 5 belts. There's no set time to earn the belt. Basically, when you're ready and you earn the belt, that's when you get the belt. So there's no every 3 months you're guaranteed a belt. It's just time put in, and when you're ready, you're ready. The way we teach is, we'll take a lesson, we'll show a lesson, we'll break it down all the way from the beginning, maybe the attacker attacking you or grabbing you, whatever. And we go from that starting point, then we kind of go through the mechanics of body movement, go over the mechanics of the actual technique, the actual mechanics of maybe controlling somebody or taking them down. So we go step by step, and usually we'll teach it, and then we'll have the students come out and work out with another partner and kind of work the actual lesson. So the partner will, basically they go through scenarios. They work as a scenario to basically repetition, until it becomes something part of you. You're comfortable applying it. You don't have to think. That's the thing. You don't want to be, in a real life scenario, you don't have time to think about things. You have to react, and that's the purpose. They practice, but it becomes part of you. It's a natural response. And that's the main priority of most guys that come in here. These guys aren't coming in here because they want to be professional fighters. Most of these guys have families, or they're college students, high school kids, and they want to learn, hey, what if I go to the store right now and 2 guys come up to me and want trouble, or I'm out with my girlfriend or wife. So these are the kind of scenarios we deal with in real life, and my goal as an instructor is to make sure that I teach the best way I can and teach them the best self-defense I can. Jason, you ready? All right, hands are up. What? No. Okay, ready? What? That's a knee, okay? 2. Good.
The Community Center has a range of classes to choose from to develop one's skills for the future. Tumbling 1 is a good startup class for youth to build flexibility and strength in their bodies. Instructor David Valora recommends his tumbling class for someone who may want to get into dancing, cheerleading, or any type of acrobatic sport. Here's David to tell us a little more about his classes, tumbling and hip hop.
I teach hip hop and tumbling. I've been teaching for about maybe 2 years. I've been dancing for like 5 years. I enjoy teaching class because it's really nice seeing kids engage with the community and other classmates. It's really fun seeing kids improve, most of all, just because I see that in my career. My career is to be a dance teacher in high school. The choreography-wise is a little more of a jazz funk. It's more like a hip-hop funk. So it's not really true hip-hop. I find it easier for kids to dance to something more upbeat and more faster and moves more easier. The choreography is my own choreography and I just make it. Every time we do any kind of class dance, I always let them freestyle before and after the little phrase that I've taught, because I want them to explore the same song but different movements, because it would be their movements. So really practice on themselves and their freestyle. My tumbling is a little more slower. We definitely do a lot of stretching in there just to help with flexibility. We do a lot of across the floor, which is like we do rolls, we do cartwheels, handstands, anything to really engage their upper body. When they first come in, we usually start with the warm-up right away. We always want to keep your body warm just in case, so you don't hurt any muscles or any ligaments or anything. So I do a warm-up, and then after that, they do go across the mat. And across the mat, they do a variety. I always start with a roll, just to warm up kind of what they're going, or roll. They do back bends, cartwheels, they do handstands, and they do bridges. It's anything to really engage their upper body and lower legs. There's a lot of little things that come with safety with tumbling. Definitely me, I'm more of a back spot, so I make sure the kids don't fall. I make sure at any last moment they put the wrong or it gives out, I always catch them. So I'm always right there next to them when they're doing it. And a lot of tricks do need your hands to be in a certain position, but I make sure to tell that to the kids before they do it. And if they do it once and they mess up, I make sure to really fix it and really make sure they do it well, so next time they don't fall. It's just little things that kids do find a little harder. They forget what they did before, so they make the same mistakes. So you just have to be correcting them. But overall, once you've said enough to someone, they'll get it. And it's definitely not that hard. Even as a beginner, you start adapting your own body to what you're doing and you'll figure it out. These classes are for anyone. Anyone that's ready to move, ready to be shown, and really to someone that wants to learn something new. Definitely, if no one has ever danced before, I strongly suggest dancing, tumbling, whatever type of dance it is. It's big on kids learning habits, on the way they're gonna grow up, their bones. It's gonna help. I 100% would guarantee a kid growing better with dance in their life.
Classes held at the community center are ongoing. If you're a beginner, our instructors really know how to make you feel comfortable and teach you to grow alongside returning students. Let's take a look at how our next instructor moves forward with her class. This is Ballet 1 with Jessica Zavala.
What I use to help me teach is our color mats, our place mats. We just put them on the floor and they're all different bright colors, and we tell the kids to choose a color, and then that really does get them excited as well. Coming into class, they see all these different colors and then they get to sit on whichever one they find, and then that's their place to be, and they know class is about to start when they're sitting on their color. We go right into our stretching, and then I just go around sometimes asking the girls what's their favorite princess and what do they do today, just to build a great atmosphere. After that, we just go into our dancing and then going across the floor, doing our activities we do in class. Proper technique and also the joy of dancing, that's a really big part of the class too. And all sorts of ballet terms like plie means to bend, or tendu means to point, and we just make it a repetitive thing as well in class. It really helps them to remember these ballet terms and just instill it in them. What's important is just to know that it takes time to learn all these things, you know. Some kids will get it in a day, and then some kids will take a little more time, and it's just okay because they're gonna grow every single time they come to class, and they're gonna learn these things, and they're gonna come to a point where they're gonna be better than you've ever imagined, and it's just the best feeling ever when they show you everything that you've taught them and you instilled in them. So it's really, really good to see that.
Aside from Ballet 1, Jessica also teaches baby ballet at the center. We cover a lot of younger age groups, but what about all adults out there? Dance, dance, dance! If you like to be around people moving a repeated sequence of steps and get some good exercise while doing it, then it's safe to say line dancing could possibly be your cup of tea. Or maybe you want to get into a whole family into dancing. Ballet Folklorico offers this class for youth and adults in one. Learn about culture, dress wear, choreographies, and more. Let's take a look at the fun happening in these next 2 classes.
We love to dance.
Yeah.
We have a lot of live dance parties and social events where we can get out and do what we practice in class.
Yeah.
It's a great time for couples to come out. It's a great time for singles to come out, meet and greet, have a good time. I've met some new friends.
And when I first started line dancing, I was more introverted than I am now. I would go to class, come to class, and that was about it. And I wouldn't attend any of the parties or anything. But now I actually enjoy all of that.
Line dancing is social as well as healthy. We feel better when we're dancing. We feel better when we're together with others who enjoy dancing. My 2 classes in Rialto at this center are called mixed level classes, meaning that we have students of all ability levels. I have some beginners, and I have some upper beginners, and some lower intermediates, and some intermediate students.
When you start out beginning, we do a couple of 2-wall dances, a couple of 1-wall dances, and a wall is how we start a dance and finish a dance. And when you go to intermediate, you have a lot of twirls, a lot of turns, and everything like that. And sometimes it's just hard to keep count. So I'm trying to get there.
It's so many dances.
Right.
I mean,
hundreds.
We haven't learned. We're just scratching the surface because it's so many. I'm amazed at how many line dances there are.
We do the line dances until we get them. We practice for 1 hour, and in order to learn the dances, it takes more than the 1 hour. So it may take us 3 classes, the 1-hour classes, to do the line dance, to learn it.
It is practice, practice, practice. But the biggest challenge that students have who've never done this before, who have done very little, is confidence. So one of the things I do is work on building confidence. Students in these classes, which are relatively small, learn terminology as we would in a beginner class. They learn foot positions. They learn how to do steps correctly because we break the steps down so that they get an understanding of where their feet should be when they do the steps. And then that progresses into the phrasing in a dance. I know that people don't all learn the same way, and because there are different learning modalities, then I try to give them whatever helps that it takes for them to learn a dance, whether it means calling the triple step, a cha-cha step, whatever helps them. I try not to call them made-up names, but names that are correct and names with which they are familiar. Sometimes you probably heard me counting. I have people who are counters, and once they learn what the steps are, then that gives them a sense of the rhythm. Sometimes I have to call the rhythm, and by saying cha-cha-cha, that's calling a rhythm. If I say quick, quick, slow, that's calling a rhythm.
No dancer is never left behind. If you don't know the steps, someone is ready and willing to teach you the steps.
We have awesome instructors, Miss Dottie, Harriet, and we just come and practice, and it's amazing what we can believe that we can do when we're done. They're awesome teachers.
There are thousands of dances, and if you come long enough, you're going to have a favorite dance. And you also might have one you don't care for, but it's all exercise, it's all healthy, it's all good.
Yeah, we do the country western, soul, R&B, soul music, a little rap in there sometimes.
We don't stick to just one genre. We also use gospel, we use the Latin, various forms of Latin. I use Zydeco. You name it, we use it. I want my students to live life, not just exist. If you want to stay healthy and you enjoy a social atmosphere, which dance is, and you don't have a partner, then we are definitely suited. So come see us here at the Rialto Community Center, Wednesday mornings at 11:30 or Thursday evenings at 7 p.m.
Ballet Folklorico is mostly about, it's very cultural, it's very based on different cultures from Mexico, anywhere. It's a very colorful, very bright dance that many students love to learn. It has a lot of different skills, a lot of different steps. We usually have elaborate dresses. We use practice skirts. We use a lot of different colors, different materials, different laces. Wearing the big skirt can kind of be a little challenge because it's really big. So then it kind of weighs on the student. They really don't know how to move it, how to dance with it. We also carry character shoes that have taps at the bottom so that they're able to make different noises. Of course, through practice, I'll teach them the correct skills and techniques where they can feel more comfortable using these items. The style of dance can be different in different cultures, different places that we are dancing. For example, Jalisco, Veracruz, Michoacan. So every little dance can be different in its own way. So some can be intense, some can be very slow, very mellow. So different styles come with different origins of the places. As an instructor, of course, is have the students being able to go through the choreography without any mistakes, where they're able to, spot, where they have great facial expressions, where they smile, where they're able to accomplish the steps without making any errors. I feel like that's one of a goal that any instructor would have. So with the folders, what I do is I incorporate that with their balance. In the song that we're learning right now, we're actually having, we're going to be balancing candles, not real ones, they're fake ones. But we use that as a practice so that when we actually go to the real thing, they have that skill, top notch, that they're able to balance it without any problems. So generally, how I started off, I start off with a little stretch if I have the time. We start with like a 5-10 minute stretch. After that, we go across the floor practicing our basic spins, any basic steps. We go over a small routine of steps so they can kind of get a hold of the different noises our feet make. And then after that, we go over any song that we have, that I have taught. So then after that, we cut down everything, trying to make it crisp, clear as I can. And then if we have time, I usually end the class with like a little activity for them. Usually they really enjoy that, and they get a little prize out of that. So usually this isn't just like a one-session class. There's many skills that need to be brought on that can't be captured in one day. So I feel like many students are encouraged to keep coming to learn more things. Some advice I would probably give is don't be intimidated, because I know Ballet Folklorico can be a bit intimidated from the skirts, the shoes in particular. I feel like you shouldn't be intimidated. Just come on in, try it out, and you'll eventually love it. Now that was a lot of dance. Let's take a short break, and when we return, let's do some cheering in the gym for a sport that always gets us on the edge of our seats. Stay tuned if you want to know what's up.
Guess what? I have some news for you. There's free food right there, junk food. Do you see that truck? Oh, jeez. It's a 2 Michelin star chef. All for free, ladies and gentlemen. All for free.
Here we have a panzanella with summer vegetables and pesto. Enjoy. How we doing?
Fantastic.
So what do you got going on underneath that plate there?
This food is really about to be thrown away.
Yeah.
Bro?
Is there something wrong with this food? Where did you get it from?
From farmers markets. They put aside the ugly vegetables and the ugly fruits.
Carrot top, soft avocados. It was all food that was going to be discarded.
Even the drink you had is made from like a little bruised peach. Did it taste a little bruised?
Great. It was good.
The average person throws away 24 pounds of food a month.
That's a lot.
Isn't that a lot? Go visit savethefood.com for more information. Thank you. Junk food time!
So I've come up with the family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
My name is Wilson. I am the athletic director for the City of Rialto Youth Sports and Facilities. If it has a ball, chances are I've had something to do with it. We have one of the longest and most successful basketball programs in the Inland Empire. We pride ourselves on giving both fundamental sports skills and life skills and keeping it fun in a learning, positive environment.
Why should someone sign up to play basketball? Rialto has a very good program, really good coaches. They care about the kids. It just brings the community together. One common cause, fighting for that cause, and just work ethic. Whether you win or lose, it was the hard work that was important. And that's what we're teaching these kids, to appreciate the hard work. I think that's the most important thing that the kids come out with here. And that's why I'm coaching.
Our recreation, as well as the Rialto Pride, is a co-ed program. All skill levels are welcome and all kids are mandated to play. So if you're a basketball veteran or a first timer, your child will have the opportunity to play in game time situations. For our recreation program, we use 100% volunteer coaches. It caters from ages 5 to 14. Our fundamental coaching, we give each coach a guideline, and that consists of basic dribbling, basic passing, basic defensive stance, and hand and foot positioning. Footwork is very important in basketball. It allows for a player to be more mobile, which allows him or her to be a better player on the court. So we emphasize the footwork and the fundamentals first and foremost. And throughout the practices and the games, you will see your child get better right before your eyes. Obviously, we're not guaranteeing any Kobe Bryants or LeBron James, but we have and always commit to bettering any child that enters our program.
We do a lot of running, a lot of scrimmaging, a lot of drills, a lot of footwork, a lot of agility, shooting, passing, ball. It just depends on like I say, when in the higher division where the kids are younger, you do more hands-on work. You try to teach them more of the game. As you get older, kids, they usually have those skills, so you do a lot more conditioning and a lot more implement a lot of plays and whatnot that tone their skills. I enjoy it. I love coaching kids, and I think that kids nowadays, they need an outlet that helps their brain focus and helps them keep on moving. So I think that's very important that they get some good exercise, and I think it's a good place to start. Just keep encouraging them to continue to play hard and get better.
Our basketball games begin at 10 a.m. every Saturday during a normal basketball season. They can last from 30 minutes to an hour. Each team plays each week. The kids are mandated 10 minutes per game. And our games, for lack of a better word, are intense. The competition level is such that the kids are learning and wanting to perform for their parents. The parents are screaming and hollering and clapping.
It's very fun. A lot of fans come out. So it's real excitable, real entertaining basketball game. It's a lot of competitive basketball, and it brings a lot of kids together that a lot of times may not get an opportunity to play on like high school or middle school teams, and so it gives everybody an opportunity.
As I said before, we have one of the longest and most successful basketball programs in the Inland Empire. The Rialto Pride is our very own Division I travel ball team. The ages for that is 15 to 17 years old. Travel ball is a year-round season. It's through the AAU program, so different organizations host tournaments throughout the year. The Rialto Pride participates in local tournaments in and around the Inland Empire, representing City of Rialto and the Rialto basketball program. The Rialto Pride season follows our normal recreation basketball season, which is 3 times a year we do tryouts. Once in February, once in June, and then once in October. We allow anyone to join. Practices are on Sundays from 1:30 to 3. Anyone can come, sign the waiver and practice, and then when we do our actual tryouts, they will fill out the necessary registration forms. The recreation program, or a basketball program, as a parent, if you wanted your child to begin his or her basketball career, I couldn't think of a better place. We're very inexpensive. We do 10-week seasons, 2 practices a week, 10 games for a season. Your child will be fully immersed in the basketball experience. There are several ways that you can register for our basketball program. You can call area code 909-421-4949. Or you can go to the sports website, which is teamsideline.com/Rialto. If you are a new registrant, you will have to come to the Community Services Department with a valid birth certificate for your child. Our Community Services Department is located at 214 North Palm Avenue, and that's in the beautiful city of Rialto, California. 92376 for all you Google users.
All right, guys, that was a lot of fun. If you want to join in or inquire more about anything that goes on at the center, you're always welcome with RCS, Rialto Community Services. Just give us a WhatsApp at the headquarters. That's the Community Center on 214 North Palm Avenue, or give us a call at 909-421-4949. Tune in next time and learn more about what RCS has going on for you, the Rialto community. I'm your host, Jenny. Until next time.